Hey guys, this is Project EAE here with another video review. Today we'll be doing the Iron Man 2 3 3/4 inch action figure line, the movie series to be exact, which focuses more on, I guess, rescaled original first movie figures like the Mark III here and the Ironmonger here, which I might want to note beforehand are, really faithful sculpts actually to the Big Brothers. So there's some slight tweaks and differences. But let's get into it, huh? All right. All figures come with. Get over there. All figures come with this base here, and it's a pretty standard base. Comes with almost all of them, even the Ironmonger. Great for just like any stand, great for posing and stuff. And if you have a whole bunch of these and figures, you can make like a Hall of Armors. Comes with these 3 holo card things here. I don't want to take this out because I'm lazy. Sorry. They all come with individual. There's 3 cards of separate body parts and stuff, and you can swap them with other cards to make different Iron Man themed or mech armor designs. And you fly them just right in all 3 slots on the stand. It kind of gives this wannabe hollow dimensional kind of look to it, which is kind of cool. But that's the stand. As for the Mark III, here's Iron Man. He looks very similar, if not almost spot on, to his 6-inch Big Bro, and has the same exact number of articulated points actually, except they're just at different. Some of them might be different. And actually, I think he actually looks a little bit more in scale, or not in scale, proportions wise. He actually looks a little bit better actually. And one thing noticeable, because this different sculpt, he actually his hands are different too. Note if anybody out there has the 6-inch, they'll remember the gimpy, ball-jointed, weird swivel, girly hands, we'll call them. They're not very Iron Man brutal, bash your face in with my metal fist of fury kind of thing going on. They actually look. Hasbro has a thing where they have a closed fist and an open fist, but at least now they actually look better, at least on here. Sculpt-wise, I like the small scale stuff, and I think the detail that sits from the 6-inch translated here looks a lot better. Actually, makes it actually look like he's actually a little bit more detailed because he's so small. But me personally, I got this affiliation toward, I guess, like Death Toys and stuff like that. So hey, but articulation-wise, ball-jointed head, ball-jointed torso, same kind of articulation in the shoulders as the 6-inch, swiveling shoulders. Notable difference, the swivel is not on the where the bicep meets the shoulder. It's actually in the elbow. Same effect, but it looks a little odd, I suppose. And of course, swiveling hand instead of the weird ball jointed hands. But the sculpt looks a little bit better to me. It looks more, I guess, flush, more natural as far as how he's supposed to look. Doesn't have this obvious peg, sticking out. Now I've heard, hips. I've heard people mention a lot of stuff about tight joints. Me, I'm okay with the tight joints because, at least with me, with this one, it's noted, these figures are made of PVC, soft PVC, and slightly harder PVC. I don't think it's made of ABS. If it was ABS, it would have snapped a long time ago. With that being said, that means that there's more of a chance that you'll bend the rubber on here than actually snapping it, should I say. Not rubber, well, rubber plastic, should I say. So after a few posing sessions or play wear, it actually will become just the way you want to. Whereas some figures or toys or what have you, they're just right in the beginning, but then as you mess with them, they actually get really loose really quickly, and then you can fix them up, but then they're not so cool. Like right here, right now, this hip actually is really tight, but if I was to, I guess, mess with it a little bit, I'd loosen it up. I've only posed it a few times actually, but still have these, ugly Hasbro wannabe Rebeltech joints where it's, slanted in and stuff, and they require you to I guess, rotate the joint to move around. But I still rather have these because Marvel Universe figures have ball-jointed pegs, but they don't have the thigh swivel. I prefer at least the option. So and also, of course, double-jointed knees. The feet aren't like the 6-inch. Well, actually, they are the same, but unfortunately, because of the small scale and the clearance, they actually do not move back like the big one, the 6-inch do. They do swivel, but that's kind of unnecessary, I suppose, unless you want to give him a broken foot or something. Accessories, we have his, I guess, torso, large football shoulder pad armor thing going on with open panels that are made of rubbery plastic. I mean, the whole thing is soft, so just throw it on and then there you go. You have football Iron Man here. But but I prefer to keep him without it. Although seeing that on him makes me think we have like a Mega Man Iron Man thing going on. He's gonna have like extra armor attachments or something later. But he doesn't need to because he's Iron Man. All these figures do seem to also come with this hole for a post for a peg. No word on what the attachment could be, but we'll see what they are. But that is the Mark III Iron Man. So we'll move on to the Ironmonger next. Let me just throw this guy back on here and get over to the Ironmonger, who I might note is, except for one mark, is exactly 3 and 3/4 inch, exactly like the 6-inch. Same exact articulation everywhere on his arms, exactly the same placement. The hands to me look, maybe because of the paint apps, they look a little bit more detailed to me. Swiveling waist, which I might add is kind of rare on a lot of these smaller scale figures. Ball jointed head. Legs have the same kind of typical Hasbro style joint. I can't remember, but the leg and ankle articulation is a little bit lacking, but I can't quote. But I think the larger actually had a slightly more flush 90-degree, I guess, bend as well. But I mean, it's not such a big deal since this guy wasn't meant to be this huge, fast, agile kind of thing. He's supposed to be hulking and big and super strong and stuff. But that is the Ironmonger. Sorry I can't have too much more commentary on the Ironmonger. He is what he is. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about him. He's really, really cool, and he's really hulking and big. Cool thing, Mark, though, is if you actually have the 6-inch one, they'll actually be in scale each other, because this is actually quite in scale. If this was like the comics, it is in scale. But movie line, if you have the 6-inch and then the 3 and 3/4 inch Mark III, you're actually perfect in scale, actually, as to the movie. So, cool little fun fact, huh? But final, no accessories with the Ironmonger, but you don't need it. Final notes: if you're a fan of the smaller scale stuff, totally get it. I mean, that's all I have to say. Just get it. If you have an issue with the joints and stuff, bind with them for a little bit, and I promise you'll find you'll adjust. I don't mean adjust like, hey, tough. I mean adjust as in the joints themselves will become looser and they'll become just the way you probably might want them to be, But besides from that, there's not much else to say about these guys except I like how the detail comes out to the Mark III, and I can't wait to see how the Mark IV looks, and also how the Mark VI. I think the Mark VI and the Mark V are just slightly different repaints with the same skulls, but they've been a little hush-hush about it lately. But we will see. Besides that, that is about it, guys. So I will see you guys at the next review, which will be doing the concept series, the Hypervelocity Iron Man armor. So we'll see you then. All right, later.